And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym in the Crypto, episode 535. Today is Tuesday, January 28th, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto Monday through Friday. Of course, yesterday I was out, but back again today. As always, the schedules will be kind of on and off, and the times will be all around as we're running around getting things done. Tomorrow I'll probably go on with a earlier show as well, so just to give you a heads up. But of course, let's talk about those top stories today. Bitcoin Gold blockchain hit by 51% attack, leading to 70K double spend. Coinbase and Ripple execs unveil master plan to drive U.S. crypto adoption. Former Bakkt CEO and current Senator Lafleur delays disclosing assets. Wallet creator offers $250K to anyone who can crack the hack-proof wallet. And Tron to dedicate conference to deceased basketball star Kobe Bryant, of course. And yes, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. That news hit everyone, I'm sure, around the world, especially here in LA. Hard a couple of days ago. I couldn't believe it. Sunday morning, waking up, seeing that as a headline popping up. Just was unbelievable. Let's go ahead and jump into those prices for the day. Of course, Bitcoin is coming in at that $9,000 mark, almost $8,959, up 2.22% on the 24-hour clock. Ethereum's at $170, up 0.44%. Ripple's at 23 cents, up 1.13%. Bitcoin Cash is down $364, down 1.67%. And EOS is at $3.93, down 1.51%. So again, those are some of the top pricing alerts out there for the different cryptos. What's going on? Tony Nolly, Crypto and Culture, Tommy Brown, Donna Muhammad, Leroy Forbes, Allison Thompson. Hello all. All right, top story of the day. Bitcoin Gold blockchain hit by 51% attack, leading to 70K double spend. I guess it's anyone's surprise, right? Bitcoin Gold, of course, is a fork, I believe, off the Bitcoin Cash or the original Bitcoin network. Who knows and who cares, right? Because it was just another coin that people made to just try to pump and make some money off of, same as Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Platinum, I think they had at some point. So it's been all these different types of Bitcoins, all of which we keep saying is not the real Bitcoin. Now, if you're new to cryptocurrency, you're probably like, why does it matter what's the real Bitcoin? Why does it matter if I use Tron or Ripple to do these things or whatever else? This is why it matters, because if it's not actually decentralized, if it's not spread apart many nodes around the world, then you can actually hack the entire network. You can hack the blockchain. Another reason why we talk about JP Morgan creating their own blockchain, the Quorum blockchain, why it wouldn't have no use for mass adoption or other blockchains. Not just them, as many other people try to create their own blockchain. Or whenever you see people saying we're using blockchain technology and they don't tell you which one. This is why it's important to name which blockchain you're talking about and which blockchain it is, because 51% attacks are very real. And once they happen, your network is pretty much dead. So it looks like the Bitcoin Gold blockchain has suffered a 51% attack, resulting in over $70,000 worth of Bitcoin Gold being double spent. According to a GitHub post by James Lovejoy, a researcher at MIT's Digital Currency Initiative, the hard fork of Bitcoin was hit by two deep reorganizations of over 10 blocks on January 23rd and 24th. Again, a 51% attack is a situation where a single entity or group controls over half of the hash power securing a blockchain. Basically, they control over half of the network. This then allows control over confirmation of new transactions and the power to reverse completed transactions, allowing the double spending of coins. Now, that is the beauty of blockchain technologies, where without a human being, the technology is already built in. So where Bitcoin blockchain technology specifically, the technology is already built in, so someone can't double spend. I can't spend $5 with you and spend the same $5 with this person over here, right? If I spend that $5 with you, it's recorded. It can no longer be sent using those that hash code, right? I can't send that to anyone else. Again, when someone has that 51% attack, all these different nodes, all the laptops and computers that the Bitcoin network is stored on, or in this case, the Bitcoin Gold network was stored on, that means over half of those were hacked somehow, or at least 51% of those were hacked, giving someone control of the network. Again, this was two 51% attacks in 6 hours. And it looks like they both worked, which is a big problem. Not just one attack, but you had two separate attacks, both of them working, allowing someone to double spend to me, this is officially a dead project. I mean, it was a dead project when they did the fork, but it's officially a dead project now that it's been hacked or whatever. Now, they're talking about the algorithm that Bitcoin Gold used, which is a Z-hash, in order to remain mineable on consumer graphics cards based on nice cash market prices for Z-hash. The estimated cost of each blockchain reorganization attack was only around $1,700. So again, this person looks like didn't make money off this attack. They actually just recoup what they spent, but sometimes that's not the point. The point is just to show you can attack. I know in the military, they told us in other countries, so you always want to be aware, because sometimes it's not the point of another country beating the United States in the fight. It's just the fact that they fought us, and that's like the news headline, or we fought back against a smaller element. So sometimes it's not about actually making money. It's just saying or showing that, yep, we were able to penetrate your defenses. I mean, regardless if we stayed in there, in this case, it looks like it was just 2 quick times they're in and out. They didn't make money, but the fact that they were able to penetrate the defense of Bitcoin Gold says a lot. And it's definitely something I would not want to hold my money in now that someone has been able to successfully hit it with that 51% attack. Kind of crazy. What's going on, Sergeant Crypto? All right, Coinbase and Ripple execs unveil master plan to drive U.S. crypto adoption. I mean, I saw this title headline and I had to click on it simply because I did not believe it at all. When you talk about Coinbase and Ripple execs at this point, the only conversations we should be having is conversations that have to do with maybe scaling, because they have shown they can do that, or conversations that have to do with them selling their company. So basically, if the conversation does not lead to Coinbase and Ripple making more money, which they all do, then there should be a big red flag. So when I saw this, their plan to drive U.S. crypto adoption, of course, it's for the benefit of them, but I knew I needed to do a little bit deeper digging, because again, Coinbase is already IPO ready, and Ripple made it pretty clear they're getting IPO ready. If you know anything about IPOs, the only thing that matters is the bottom line. How are we going to make money for investors? And the only way to show that is to every quarter you need to show that you've done things to make more money, not just drive mass adoption, right? You need tangible goals and tangible benchmarks you can set. So it looks like 2 executives at Coinbase and Ripple are leading a push for smart regulations and transparency in the crypto sphere that will arguably drive adoption and take blockchain technology mainstream. The old banana in the tailpipe trick. Didn't I tell you people the first paragraph? I mean, look, there is no way in hell Coinbase and Ripple are trying to drive mass adoption for the industry's benefit. No, what they're doing to drive mass adoption, as they say, basically they're clouding their efforts and using mass adoption as a way to get their things across for their benefits, which are smart regulations and transparency. 2 things that did not exist when Ripple and Coinbase came about, because if they did exist, there would be no Ripple or Coinbase. Smart regulations and transparency is code word or code buzzwords for, hey, can you please stifle the competition and any growth that might come to stop our companies from being successful? All right, we know right now regulators do not know much about the crypto industry, so them regulating it should not even be a question. We talked about this many times over and over again. Now, the people like Coinbase, the people over at Coinbase, Bryant Armstrong and some of that initial team excluded, again, most of them have mitigated from other professions. They have transferred over into the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, right? A lot of these people who have transferred over want to, of course, keep their risks low and their profits and everything they get in return high. Part of doing that is to stifle any competition after you have quote unquote made it. Coinbase has made it. They don't want any other Coinbases out there. All right. They don't want that competition. The same as Ripple. So when you're calling for smart regulation, what you're really saying is what we saw in the case of Kraken and some of these other companies, where they're just getting subpoenaed and subpoenaed and subpoenaed and subpoenaed to death over with 200 a year or something crazy. That's what smart regulation and transparency means. It means enabling the government to go to work for you, keeping these other companies down. So again, doesn't surprise me here. This is another Coinbase and Ripple move. Again, they're trying to cloud this and mask it with market integrity, saying that must improve. But again, there was no market integrity when they were created. So for Coinbase and Ripple to be screaming market integrity and smart regulations after they've been around the block now for many years, Makes no sense because this wasn't there when they started. They were able to break through any adversity they face and become great companies right now. And I think the same landscape should be placed there for any other companies that want to come. All of a sudden, now that Coinbase and Ripple has made it over the wall, they shouldn't say, well, we need to actually build that wall taller and reinforce it with more steel bars just in case there's anybody else trying to sneak over. No, you all made it over the wall. Let's keep the wall as it is. If you two can do it, other companies can do it as well. However, your market integrity and smart regulatory approach, we know that's actually just stifle that competition. That's something I'm not with. I mean, they even go as far to say such legislation could expand the Commodity Futures Trading Commission's CFTC authority to include the regulation and oversight of digital commodity exchange markets. Again, this is basically them calling the police on everybody. Hey, we want the CFTC here. Yeah, we heard y'all find people who don't do what you say. We heard they need licensing. They need compliance officers. They need lawyers. Those are all the words and all the things you need when you get the CFTC and regulators involved. If a regulator gets involved in this market, everything you do will cost $100,000 more, okay? And that is ridiculous in a market that was built for people, ordinary people, to just literally log on their laptop and bank. So I think we don't need this regulatory framework Coinbase and Ripple are calling for. I think it's quite telling, the two companies that are calling for it, two very well-established companies whose main goal right now is to have an IPO, make as much money as they can every quarter, and to stifle all competition. So I'm not sure how this has anything to do with U.S. crypto adoption as much as it has to do with Coinbase and Ripple continuing to grow. So, of course, that's why I clicked on the article. That headline seemed misleading, and of course it was. What's going on, Tessa Hall? Malik Howard, hello, hello. All right, former BAC CEO and current Senator Lafleur delays disclosing assets. You don't say. Whenever a public figure is delaying disclosing their assets, it's usually because they're trying to hide something. I mean, you don't have that much stuff. It's not in that many different places, right? At least the big pots of money. That's what the government really wants to know. Where are your big pots of money? And you can't even tell them that, right? Which is kind of weird that we would actually swear someone in and allow them to be senator before we receive that disclosure. But whatever. The clock is ticking on former BAC CEO Senator Kelly Lafleur's financial disclosure report with ethics watchdogs on guards. Looks like Lafleur filed an extension that will give her into May 5th. I mean, May 5th, you need another 4 months to figure out how much money, where all your money coming from? That's crazy. To submit her financial disclosure report. The report, which all officials are required to submit, airs potential conflicts of interest by identifying asset holdings. In the case of Lafleur, these are presumed to be substantial. Again, she is already the senator. She's already in power. She already has proxies that can help her fix things like, hey, come on, girl. You didn't know you could get a May 5th extension? Don't worry about it. Look, we push it to May 5th. When May comes around, we push it again in November. By November, it'll be the new year, 2021. The happening will happen. People will forget all about this. Just put what you want in the report. Look, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, people. All right, I done played this game many times on different levels. All right, there's no reason why now a sitting senator. This isn't someone who's going up for appointment or election. She's now a sitting senator. Or state senator. There's no reason for her to delay disclosing her finances, especially when they're trying to figure out this conflict of interest. So, which we already know there's a conflict of interest because when you hired her for the senator, she was a CEO of BAC. But whatever, let's act like there wasn't, and you hired her anyway, what you did. And now you want to know where these holdings are at, or these conflicts of interest are at, where we already know the primary one. And instead of just checking to see if she's receiving money from BAC, what she is, because she's still the CEO, even though she says she's not, why would we give her another 4 to 5 months to figure out how to either rebalance? Let me use the right words here. I don't want to slander anyone's name, but why would we give her time to rebalance her where she receives her money from, or to pivot different areas of businesses where when the right now is you received a state position and you have a conflict of interest. And I mean, it's just human nature. Why wouldn't you use both of those positions to enhance each other, right? It's human nature. So again, it's pretty interesting to see this. Craig Hallman, an ethics lobbyist at Public Citizen, told Cointelegraph, extensions on filing are not uncommon. The purpose really is just transparency. obviously of one's potential conflict of interest. Yes, they're not uncommon because you allow a lot of people who are in office that possibly shouldn't be in office when you talk about conflicts of interest. But I can see why those extensions are not uncommon. Because again, there's no reason for the extension, especially when you're dealing in cryptocurrency. Where do you make your money from? Show us. Pretty simple. But hey, we know how the game goes, and I guess we're just here to play it. And it looks like, of course, this is going to go on. I'm pretty sure this is going unscathed. I mean, people won't pay attention from this. You can see here, senators don't need to divest from conflicting interests, nor must they place them in a blind trust, a move that will ease ethical concerns. She could avoid all these problems by putting her money in a blind trust, and that will largely resolve the issue, says Home and the same person. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if that move is made up until now on May 5th. I mean, that is what you do. But hey, go ahead, CEO and Senator Lafleur. I can't be mad at you for doing your job as a business person. All right, here's some good news stories though. Wallet creator offers $250K to anyone who can crack hack-proof wallet. Offline code storage cryptocurrency wallet provider I can't say this right. GK8 is offering a bug bounty of up to $250,000 to the first person who can hack his product. GK8, which presents its solution as a hack-proof digital vault that needs no direct or indirect connections to the internet, will place 14 Bitcoin, over $125,000 at press time in his wallet. Anyone who succeeds in breaking into the wallet will pocket his proceeds plus an additional $125,000 prize. This program will run from February 3rd through February 4th, so they're literally giving you a 24-hour time clock to do it, which is kind of funny because your bounty program might run 24 hours, but hackers receive the message loud and clear. This is now an ongoing process, so we'll see what happens, right? You're not going to tell a hacker, hey, I'll give you money to hack me, but only during the hours of 9 to 9 a.m. February 3rd and February 4th. I mean, if the ethical hackers, yes, the good guys, but the bad guys are going to look at that and laugh. And just because you said they might wait until February 4th at 12:30 p.m. just to hack you to say they did it. But regardless, seriously, this is a cool story for those ethical hackers out there, those white hat hackers who want to do some good. And there's a chance, I mean, if you can do this, if you can hack their wallet, this could possibly pay for the rest of your year. You can have a year of a little bit more free time and wiggle room to jump into some other bug bounties. But again, this is pretty cool to see. I'm pretty sure GK8 is setting up a honeypot during February 3rd and February 4th. They're probably gonna put their best people on it to try to avoid all hacks, which is good. And the good news is, if they are hacked, of course, they can patch that up and they can pay someone and then on to the next. All right, last and finally, good news story. I'm gonna keep it as a good news story. I saw the hate coming across this story online, so I definitely want to cover it. Tron to dedicate conference to deceased basketball star Kobe Bryant. Now, we all know the Tron Foundation, Justin Sun, has been a huge foundation and a group of people who many have accused of just being money-hungry marketers, which, of course, we have here as well. When Warren Buffett was doing his breakfast, of course, Tron infamously paid, like $1 million or $13 million for a plate to go, which he didn't end up going to, or it was canceled or something. But we know they make these big marketing moves. It looks like the Tron Foundation will dedicate its 2020 Nitron Summit to Kobe Bryant, of course, American NBA superstar who died in that helicopter crash on Sunday here in Los Angeles. Bryant, a member of the Tron family who is known for participating in Tron events, died at the age of 41 in a helicopter crash near Los Angeles. Of course, following that news, Tron just announced that the upcoming Nitron Summit held February 29th and March 1st in Seoul, Korea, South Korea, will be devoted to Bryant. Now, people are of course, Tron's founder, Justin Sun, he tweeted condolences and all that good stuff. But people has been going at him on Twitter. Again, you can see here, at Justin Sun is at it again, using someone's death for his own gains. If you look at some of the other tweets that are out there, it kind of goes along the same thing, where people are saying Justin Sun is just using Kobe Bryant to push his product out there. I'm going to have to disagree with that. I mean, of course, there's a little bit of that. That's business 101. It's not just Justin Sun, to be fair. It is literally everyone with a talking piece anywhere right now is using Kobe Bryant's name to push their thing forward. You're seeing it from news sites. You're seeing it from people who don't even like him, which is even crazy. You know, there are people attacking a man on his death or the day of his death. And that just goes to show you don't even like someone and that person's dead, yet you bring them up, right? It's crazy. But I'm going to defend Justin Sun on this one because we know that Justin Sun already had Kobe Bryant at a previous event, and he made that a big deal as well, all right? And we even called it, you know, we talked about that then when Kobe went. We was like, hey, Kobe has, to our knowledge, he doesn't know much or anything about the blockchain, the cryptocurrency industry, so why would he be at a Tron Foundation? Of course, those were our comments at the time. But hey, we're going to call consistency what it is. Justin Sun clearly has been a fan of him. He paid him a lot of money to come to an earlier event. I'm sure they didn't just lose touch after that, right? So I'm going to give it to Justin Sun. I think that this is a good decision, naming this summit after Kobe Bryant, since he was one of the people to get this, you know, over, I don't even know the words for this world-changing basketball player over into cryptocurrency by way of the Tron Foundation. Since he led the charge on that, I think it's fair that he's continuing to name his summit after him and keep that name alive when it comes to Tron and cryptocurrency as well. So that's pretty cool to see, and I'm not mad at that one. That's a good one. Will45 said he did meet him and he is a fan. Exactly. So I'm not, you know, again, a lot of people I know Justin Sun does do the marketing thing. I don't think this is one for face value. I wouldn't take it as that. I think this is a pretty cool thing to do, to rename that, especially in Seoul, South Korea, where basketball we know is getting bigger in Asia. But let's be realistic, it's not as big there as it is here. So when you're mixing basketball fans and cryptocurrency in Southeast Asia, or excuse me, not Southeast, in an Asian country, I think these are all pluses. These are all big wins. So shout out to Justin Sun for keeping the great Kobe Bryant names alive. All right, other than that, folks, that is the show for today. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like and share, and I will see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. Cheers.